All right, guys, we got Coach Forbes here. He'll start with an opening statement.
Well, it's a win, okay, and that's about the way I can sum it up. Um, you know, we obviously played really well in the first half and didn't in the second. And give Oregon State a lot of credit. They didn't shoot any threes. They put their head down and drove it to the rim. We couldn't keep them out of the paint. They threw it in the post and scored. And we didn't hedge. When we hedged, they drove it around us or they split it. They got in the double bonus the bonus about 10, 12 to go. And when you're not shooting threes, that's the recipe to get back in the game, and give them credit. They did it. Offensively, we got a little stagnant. Now I think we missed some darn good shots in the second half, to be honest, to keep them at bay. And then we couldn't rely on our defense to hold them off. Now, we found a way to rally and win the game. That's the important part of it, is that we didn't come out here with a loss. We came out here with a win. And so we'll learn from it, and we'll move on. We got a big game tomorrow against LSU and quick turnaround, and, got to be ready to play. So I'll open it up for questions.
Coach, I noticed we didn't see Hadim Sy in the second half. Is he okay?
Yeah.
Did he get hurt again?
No, he got sick. He was throwing up at halftime and about made me throw up, actually. I have a very weak stomach. And so hopefully he can be available tomorrow. We obviously missed him, in the post defensively. He's physical, he's tough. But I thought early on got off to a slow start, and it was because he wasn't feeling good. And so we tried to get him going, but at halftime he couldn't do it.
Steve, when you bring in Alondas, do you have a general idea that he might be this kind of contributor for you this year?
Yeah, I mean, I knew Alondas was a really good player. Josh, he's done some great things. He can score. He can get fouled driving the ball to the basket. The last play of the game in regulation, we debated on bringing a ball screen in there to him. Sometimes when you do that, you bring the double team. So we asked him, do you need one or do you want to just take your man? And I was hoping he'd go off 2 feet, shot fake, try to get fouled, but he didn't. Yeah, I mean, Alondas is a very talented player. I thought Jake was at a really high level tonight. Okay, defensively, offensively, passing the ball, he was the best player on the court. And Alondas played, he had his moments as well.
Steve, it seems like there was a 16-2 run, kind of an extended run by Oregon State. Did you at any time think about maybe calling a timeout to kind of slow that thing down, or were you wanting to see how your team would work through it?
I think this early in the year, I probably wanted to see how we would react, especially when you have a big lead. I didn't like the way we were playing, and I wasn't really I called timeout. I did finally, but what did that change? I mean, we get all kinds of media timeouts, so it's like they know what to do, and they got to execute. But I probably could have, and I'm sure everybody's freaking out over that. But I don't really care. I know my team, and I think some of these things like this, you got to play your way through it. And not always, but I think early in the year like this, you got to figure out who you are.
Coach, were you satisfied though with your first impression of phase 2, or does the second half cloud it enough where you're not as satisfied?
Yeah, I think I'm not very satisfied because the second half, just wasn't very good. And I think you have to give Oregon State credit too. They did not fold, and I told them that at halftime. They knew to get back in the game, they're going to have to come out and compete, and they're going to have to drive it, get us in foul trouble, get easier shots because they're not a prolific three-point shooting team. We knew the plan, and they executed it. And, so, yeah, I think that dampers it. But at the end of the day, too, we are 6-0, okay? And so we learn from it and win. And 20 years from now, when you look it up in the media guide or the archives, it's going to say win. It's not going to say we blew a 19-point lead in the second half, okay? But we did, and I know we did, and so we got to get it fixed.
Steve, what do you think was what led to the poor shooting, do you think, in the second half? You said you missed a few that were kind of bunnies, and I saw that too. Were you not executing as well on offense earlier on during that stretch?
I mean, I think there's a little bit of that. I don't know if we were moving the ball crisply enough. And listen, they would do what a team would do when they're down. What would they do? They pressured us, right? They came out, they denied, they made it tougher. They were, being more physical at the point of attack. I think we got a little loose and a little soft. Maybe settled. A couple turnovers that we don't typically have driving the ball, looking to make plays that weren't there. But I can remember 3 or 4 wide open threes that we hit, and we did it, and this team gotta make those. And, we missed some shots, around the basket that, we got to make. And so we didn't, but we found a way to persevere. And that's a credit to the kids and our players. And, we move forward.
Did you find out anything from persevering and winning this game, or do you have to see how you build off of this to know how much this helped you?
Yeah, I mean, I think time tells all that, Les. I don't know if we could say, yeah, we're going to never do this again. I hope not. I don't want to. But now I have a better feel for my team a little bit, who can do what, who's capable of where to put them in position. We'll learn a lot from it. But, until we get to the situation again, we'll find out. But, we got close. We haven't been in a close game, right? And we won. We made it. We made it close. It didn't really. I don't think it really had to be that close. We can look in the mirror for that. But we did find a way to win, and credit to our players for doing that.
No, you probably don't want to talk a whole lot about it, but that first half was that about as good as your team can play?
Yeah, I thought we played outstanding, and I really thought we were going to do it again. I'm a little selfish that way. Yeah, I would expect us to play like that a lot. I don't think a whole lot changed. I think it was just our approach, and then the way we defended. And yeah, we didn't probably make as many. We've already discussed this. We missed some of those, but we weren't as crisp moving the ball. We didn't have enough ball reversals, and so then you miss a couple. They go down and get some, make a couple, and then you start fouling, and then clock's not running. All of a sudden it's 10. And then they make another couple. Now it's 6. And so it can go like that. But yeah, I hate that we have to talk so much about the second half. When the first half we played at a really high level, and we got to do that for 40 minutes, for 2 halves, or 35. I don't know, but the level that we played at the first half was really high. It was fun to watch. It was fun to coach.
Thanks, Steve.
Thank you.
Jake, how's it going, man? Can you just walk me through what the heck this game felt like, being on the floor to experience such a dominant first half and such a non-dominant second half, but then pulling it out at the end? Just walk me through how that felt on the floor.
Yeah, I mean, I think it was the first time that this team has been faced with adversity, and we had to, see who was capable of doing what on the court, seeing who was able to, beat that, because, we were up 19, they came back, and it's something that's just never happened before. And this is our first away game, so we just had to see what players can do what. And I think, from tonight, you can see the players that are reliable, and credit to Oregon State for fighting back and coming back and making it a tough, close game.
Did you sense any panic during that extended run by Oregon State, where the lead just started slipping away a little bit by a little bit?
Nah, I didn't. I don't really get flustered by any of that. I know this team, and I know the way that we play. We let it slip. I think it was the first time this season where we saw shots not falling consistently, and we let it affect our defense. But it's just something that I know, I know the players on our team, and I know, the players that I play with, and I know that that's just not, what we do.
it seemed to me, and I'm going off memory here, Jake, that early in the overtime, there was a dump down to Alatisha where Isaiah helped out, kind of knocked the ball loose. You gathered it and then got fouled by him and he fouled out. I think that was a pretty big play, don't you? And what was kind of happening there, Jake?
Yeah, so that was a very big play by Isaiah there. He was playing gaucho, low man, because I had to hedge out. He was able to, tip the ball, get it out of there, and then I was able to snatch it up and get the foul right there. So that was a big time play by him.
What do you think you guys learned from this, Jake?
I mean, I think it just shows us that we have to be able to fight, the whole 40 minutes. I still don't really think it's happened this season yet where we've been able to play the whole 40. I think we had a very, very, very good first half. The end of the first half wasn't too great, but that 18, 16 minutes that we played at the beginning, if we can just do that for the full 40 minutes, then we're unstoppable.
I was about to say that first half, the first 16 minutes or so, if you guys play that crisp, it'd be tough to see you losing too many games, right?
Yeah, definitely.
So how do you keep that consistency for a full 40, Jake?
We just can't let our offense, predict what's going to happen on defense. And, that's what happened tonight. We started seeing shots not fall for us, and then we let it affect our defense. They started scoring buckets, and, some of us let it get to us.
It's a short 19 hours away from tipping off against LSU. Is that enough time to recover and get ready for a championship game?
Yeah, I mean, I think this team is ready to go. Everyone on this team wants the championship. It's been a while. We were talking about in the locker room. We just want to win, so we're going to get ready for this quick turnaround. We're going to get some rest tonight. We're going to be ready to go tomorrow.
Did you tell Hadeen to get healthy real quick?
Yeah.
Thanks for your time, man. I appreciate it. Congrats on the win.
Appreciate it.